golfers are near and dear to my heart.
I think we're
My son being an avid golfer, and I look forward to. I actually want you to have a conversation with him. My granddaughter was due yesterday. She's waiting. I think today's going to probably be the day.
Okay.
But so he's a little busy. He's not ready to have a conversation about. My feeling is, God is found on the greens.
Oh, very nice. Oh, I like that.
That's kind of, and he and I had a little conversation with him after talking to John Angel, about,
Yes.
I said, hey, do you want to be on a podcast? He's like, Mom, my first child's due, it's my first grandchild. And so
great.
my brain's I'm a little preoccupied. And he's 36 years old. He's just coming into it,
Aw.
So,
that's
so
great.
at some point we will
great.
talk
We
about
are
that.
Absolutely.
recording. We are recording right now.
Yep.
Yes, we
and
Perfect.
welcome to BLG 18, and I'm MJ and Paul, and with us today is an extraordinary lady. I consider her a dear friend, and it's Judy Bezos, right?
Bezos,
I want to say this right.
Judy Bezos.
And she's with Illuminate Festivals. And I got to tell you, we're at one of her festivals right now, and we'll be interviewing a few of the people. But we're also going to be listing where the other festivals are located and when they're going to be located, and where they are. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself, Judy.
Oh my goodness. So I've been doing holistic festivals for about 15 years. 10 years is my own business, Illuminate Festivals. I got started doing, I got interested in all the woo stuff in 1983. Interestingly, when I lived here at the beach, in Rehoboth Beach, I worked at the McDonald's right across the street.
Oh, that's funny.
And my assistant is actually, she's my staff here today. She got into astrology, and she brought our summer to the beach. Linda Goodman's sun signs. So I learned all about what it's like to be a Virgo, and Linda Goodman, that's the best book, I believe.
Wow.
And
Okay.
so I got started with all things metaphysical in 1983 with Linda Goodman's sun signs. And just over the years, started reading as much metaphysical stuff, self-help stuff. Of course, got married, had kids, had to study parenting and all that kind of stuff.
And how'd that work out?
Oh my goodness! Wow, you can study, but boy, there's nothing like on-the-job training.
Boy, you got that right. You got that right.
So and but it never left me. So I got interested in astrology, and then energy healing and things like that, which eventually over the years led me to Frederick, Maryland. Born and raised in Pittsburgh, grew up in Bowie, Maryland. Was married, eventually ended up in Frederick, and I was a Unity church member at Unity in Frederick. And so we had a very small event there called Spirit Fest. And I went to Spirit Fest the first year I was there, and loved it, had a tarot reading. I had never had a reading before because
Right.
I was actually raised fundamentalist Christian.
Ah.
My mother, God rest her soul, was not thrilled about the line of work that I got into.
Yeah, I
However,
understand.
from the other side, apparently she sees things differently. She came through in a reading just in the last year or so.
Really?
Yes, and it was, and the medium said that she's singing the song "Both Sides Now."
Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, I am goosebumpy every time I think of that. And I swear I am not making this up. In the last 2 months, I was in a store, and I was having a challenging day, and I heard that song. And you can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't.
No,
you can't.
And so, like I said, my mother wasn't thrilled about it, and I had to follow my heart to Unity Church.
Yeah.
So the next year, when they were supposed to have Spirit Fest, because they did it once a year, I didn't see any flyers in the church, and I asked the Reverend, "Hey, when's Spirit Fest?"
Yeah.
And she goes, "Oh, Steve, he moved. He's not doing it anymore." And I said, "Well, my background's in PR, marketing, and health fairs." And they said, "Oh, it's you."
A spirit told me that you'd be coming.
Exactly. Or what's that? Voluntold?
Yeah, you're voluntold. Yes.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, it was,
Very
and
interesting.
Unity. I mean, really, it has, a little plug for Unity because it has given me so much on my spiritual path. There is one here in the Unity Spiritual Center of Coastal Delaware, I believe.
Okay.
It's a metaphysical church. It is based in Christian values.
Right.
However, there's a little different bent, and Unity's given me so much. How to think positively, speak positively. I mean, words are so powerful. Words not just to people you speak to, but the words in your head.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
You know,
absolutely.
so if you're constantly berating yourself or berating others, or setting expectations of other people are this or that and labeling them, that's just going to cause nothing but challenges.
I think I love listening to her talk. There's something about the energy she gives off. But anyway, moving on.
Instead of your anyway,
I know.
my golf book,
Yeah.
which I'll I'll get
Okay.
you a copy in a little while.
Signed copy.
A signed copy.
Yes, of
a
course.
signed copy, which you can order, is about how golf and life share success.
Nice.
In reality, the whole reason we started this is because the lessons that you learn in golf are the same lessons that you learn in life.
Absolutely.
And so to be able to put those two together, if you have that demeanor in life where everything's calm and whatever happens, you actually play better golf.
You allow. Absolutely.
Yeah, because it's a fundamental thing that something's going to screw up, and how you react to it is going
Expect
to
good
depend.
things. Yeah, expect good things.
Yeah.
So to briefly finish my story with unity. That's okay. No, because it's incremental to where I am.
Okay.
I said, I love doing it, but I interviewed all of my exhibitors. I've interviewed everyone here.
Right.
And whenever I would have an interview with a medium or psychic or a tarot reader, they would always say, you're called to do this bigger, right?
Oh.
So I heard that for about 4 years. Finally, I was like, okay, show me. So I was given and I went into meditation, was given the vision for Illuminate. So I went back to my Unity church and said, hey, I've been called to do this bigger. I'd like to take this as my own business. They were thrilled.
Oh.
So I absorbed, took it on myself. And so what I do is I give whatever Unity Church is in the area of the event a free booth in gratitude for all they've given
that's
me.
nice.
Wow.
That's
Yes.
nice.
really
Unfortunately,
nice.
Unity here,
Yeah.
they were not available. I had them signed up, and it sounded like they had a scheduling conflict. It is
Okay.
Sunday after all.
It is Sunday,
So
yes.
it's their big day.
It's a day of rest.
Exactly. So that's how I started Illuminate festivals in 2015 in Frederick, Maryland. By the time we got to 2020, remember, I'm still interviewing.
Yeah.
And I keep hearing go bigger, go bigger. So just before COVID, I was doing events from Maine to Florida, Nashville, Naperville, outside Chicago. We had just expanded up into the Great Lakes and announced Illuminate San Diego in 2020.
Wow.
And then the sacred pause of COVID
Yes.
descended upon us all.
Yes,
So
it did.
here we are coming back to it. But so
Wow.
How many
that-
festivals you do now a year?
this year I did 18.
Okay, which is good.
Yep, 2020 I had 44 scheduled.
I want to get
Wow,
to a point.
really?
I want to get to a point that she made to me,
Okay.
that she's trying to mainstream what you're doing.
Right.
And the way she explained it, well, you explained it, like you want to be in the middle, you don't want to be too far left, too far right. And I think that's the message.
Absolutely.
Isn't it?
Cut the
That's message.
25% off on both sides and let's go right up the middle, because that's where unity happens. That's where common ground happens.
Yes, very
and,
true.
And we've got to come together,
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
have to find common ground. So for my mother, who was a fundamentalist Christian,
Yeah.
really challenged with the work, two things we could talk about with my exhibitors and my festivals. She eventually got to the point where she could say, how was your festival? Not just, how's it going? So that was growth.
Oh, that's nice.
But we could talk about essential oils, because she had multiple chemical sensitivities, and essential oils were the only thing, pure essential oils that you can get at our festivals. That was the only thing she could use. And the other thing was angels.
Interesting.
So as long as we were talking about angels and essential oils, that was the common ground.
Yeah.
So I say angels and crystals are the gateway drugs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
truly,
Oh,
they
that's-
really
that's
are.
a nice way of
'Cause,
putting
I
it.
mean, God put the rocks in the ground, right? Mm-hmm. And angels, I mean, I myself, I've had a reading and I saw a 30-foot angel in the middle of my living room, and
Wow.
I didn't know I was a seer, but apparently I saw that.
Okay.
And it was a profound experience, and that's something that my mother and I could connect on.
That's
Which,
awesome.
and
Oh,
that's all we
that's
had, but
terrific.
it was
That's
profound.
terrific.
It's, I think she's, and the timing is perfect. I know you were growing before COVID, but I think this is even a better time to do it.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
things are really, as you said, the unrest is incredible right now in the whole country.
What's out there, the macro, is a reflection of the micro.
Absolutely.
And so it's incumbent upon us to find peace and healing and stillness and quietness within ourselves,
Yeah.
so that we can then spread it.
Yeah. Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's funny you say that. So I'm watching BBC World the other day, and very few Americans watch BBC World. But if they did,
Right.
they would realize that this isn't a U.S. problem. This global unrest is global. You have in the UK, the head of their major party is firing his people, he's firing the people who are in so he can get his people in. And you see it in Africa, they're doing the same thing around the world, and you see fires everywhere, and this is a global thing. This has nothing to do with a small group of people in one country. It's everywhere. So to me, I don't want to call it God, that's not
Right.
but however Earth controls what it needs to control, whether it's population or growth or whatever.
It's evolution, is what it is.
And this is that part where we're in that down cycle, and maybe this is how Earth culls out.
Right. How about a breakthrough instead of a breakdown?
That would be nice.
That's a good one. Yes, absolutely.
Very nice.
That's why I'm holding space for a breakthrough. Whew.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It is a lot. It is a lot.
But it will happen. And because I remember growing up, I always heard that in order to get real change and to get a country together, you have to have a war. Because that's the only way they knew how to do it, right? Because everybody had to come
The
together.
enemy
or you
of
got
my
taken
enemy
over.
is my friend.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
all of a sudden, and the moment World War II ended, we started rebuilding other countries. We became different alliances and all that. We needed that. I just don't think in this day and age we need a war. I think awakening is the right way to put it.
I think awakening, and also to get it off the dour problem of the world, is that the other problem is healthcare.
Okay.
I think in one way they're all related.
Right. Physical health, mental health,
They're all related.
absolutely.
spiritual health. No, I agree. Mind, body, spirit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I just think there's something to it, and
Yeah.
that's why I think with her doing this, and hopefully we can help her with it to mainstream it. I think it's just, and we're going to be interviewing some of your vendors and stuff like that, and then we're going to put the podcast out, and you can share it to your people and everybody else. And I think we got to get the word out that this is it. We're going to do the whole season on this.
I love it.
And I don't know. This may be not just the season, because the importance of this is so important.
Right. Because we've talked on other earlier podcasts about the Flexner Report, 1910, where they came out and did this highly touted, professor comes out and talks about that the universities are teaching medicine the wrong way, and we need to get it more updated. And so that Flexner Report basically said, this is phooey. Dump it. We need pharmaceuticals. Science is the only way we're going to move forward. And this book was this thick. And after that, then Rockefeller got involved, and all the other money got involved, and they just, in 10 years, they just completely flipped the script so that all the pharmaceutical companies got all the business, and your stuff, that doesn't do anything. And 100 years later, we're finally starting to look at it as, well, no, a little bit of yours and a little bit of theirs and a positive attitude, and all of a sudden, you get healthy.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to promote to you guys who are watching, because you need to take this more seriously.
Yeah, and the three of us, we're in the legacy part of our lives, right?
Yes.
And this is where we are focusing on, how we're going to leave the planet. We've been called to leave it better than how we found it, right? And
Parents always said that.
Absolutely, and so that's what this is all about. And again, physical health, mental health, spiritual health, it's all combined.
Yeah. And that, and like, again, I can talk about my parents. And my mom and dad were Episcopalians. They both won the Bishop's Cross, which won. They both earned the Bishop's Cross, which, for those of you who don't know, is the highest award that a non-lay person can get in the Episcopal religion. And they both got it because they were tireless in their work with the church. My father was in the community. He worked with the Christian Development Council, I think something like that. And all the volunteer stuff I ever did was through them. And 7 years old, I'm at the church. I'm setting up a booth or something, And when I finally got to drive, I ended up getting a van as my first. Well, little did I know the van was going to be. Oh, we're having a garage sale. We're going to need your van to transport thing. And I was like, well, when do I get to enjoy this?
Right.
But their whole thing, and we had no money growing up in Queens. We weren't poor, but we weren't middle class. We were somewhere, whatever that lower middle class kind of concept is. But it never
Working
bothered
class,
us a bit, because we had each other. When my father would come home, we'd play games together. He was always interested in what we were doing.
Well, and not to interrupt you, but that's the other problem. If this somehow brings family back together, what you're doing,
Right.
because I think that's really the fabric that we're missing.
Sure. And I feel like that is one of the silver linings of COVID. I mean, don't get me wrong. COVID, all the awful. And I'm a positive person, so I look on the positive side of it. And my feeling is what COVID did got everyone back outside, right?
Yeah.
Camping and jump roping and biking and hiking and everything got us outside again. Connect with Mother Nature,
Right.
Doing what the old jacks. For goodness sake, my daughter was in middle school or high school. I don't remember at this high school, but still, it's like, hey, let's just go out and play jacks. No, my daughter's open for fun and games, but that was the thing, is getting families to reconnect in the traditional way that we were.
Yep.
That we connected, or the ideal. So I will say that that's something that COVID did bring forward, and my feeling is COVID was was a little bit of it prepared us for where we are now.
Yes,
I
agree with
believe.
that. I agree with that.
I can see that.
And,
Yes.
and you got to admit there were some downsides to it.
Oh,
People stopped
well, more than $1 million known people, but yeah.
People stopped communicating in face to face, which was another thing that you have to do. To do what you want to do, it is face to face.
Absolutely.
You can't mail it in.
No.
Right.
I mean, you can see an exhibitor, a reader on Zoom. It's not the same as
Not the
being able to
same.
hug
It's
them
not
and
the
do
same.
like the circle up we just
That's right.
did. It's
That's
just
right.
not the same.
It's not the same. There's no
That's right.
question about it.
So
It's not the
speaking
same.
of that circle up, let me just give everybody an idea of what that's like.
Come on in, make a circle. Tighten up right here. Right here. And if you don't want to be on camera, be on this side. I guess I should be on that side. Not that I want to be, but I will be. Come on in. Everyone pull in tight. All right. If you're not here in the circle, just connect with your heart for a second. Good morning, everyone. Oh my gosh. Welcome to Illuminate Rehoboth Beach. For those of you that are new here, we do something a little different with our festivals. Stick your hands in the middle of the circle with your thumbs up. Turn both thumbs to the left. Grab your partner's hand. Yeah, the other left. There you go.
Yellow left.
And drop.
Is that right? Should I do it right? I don't know.
Both thumbs to the left.
Both thumbs to the left.
That way it goes around like a smooth chain.
So her hand goes on top of yours. Oh, this way? Yeah, so she can flip her hand down. Turn your hand.
Other,
Your right hand faces
Dana,
down.
turn your hand over. Right? No.
We both have blonde hair.
Hey!
Yeah,
No.
we got it.
Oh, be here now, please. Welcome. Oh my gosh, you guys feel so good in the circle. Woo! You feel it? Yeah, totally. All right, everyone, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Like I said, be here now, please. Then pull that energy down from the heavens, down through your crown chakra, circling down through all your chakras. Just down through your crown, through your third eye, throat, heart chakra, solar plexus, sacral, root chakra. Reach down through the floor, through the sandy soil, through the bedrock, and anchor yourself in the womb of Mother Earth. Whew. Rest there in peace, safety, and security. Find your spot there in the womb of Mother Earth. We all have one. Find yours. and connect with everyone else in this room down in that sacred center. And then bring your energy up. Keep breathing up through all your chakras, out through your crown chakra, and anchor with Father Sky, releasing, clearing anything that no longer serves you, that you don't need here today. This is a place of peace and love and harmony. Anchor with Father Sky and just create a clear, clean circuit with your breath. Keep breathing. And then bring that energy to your heart space. Fill it with that beautiful golden energy and send it around the circle and across the circle as we continue to weave the fabric of the healing community closer together. Keep breathing. Send that energy out through your heart, through the community, and encircle beautiful Mother Earth, sending peace, cooperation, double doses of peace and cooperation to all the world's leaders. May they feel their connection to us with a pure heart as we send them peace and joy and kindness. Just keep breathing. And to everyone on this planet, may they feel the peace, joy, love, and healing energy that we have to offer. Just keep breathing. Thank you, Father, Mother, God, for this opportunity to serve you, each other, and this community. We hold prosperity thoughts in mind today as we send up our beacon of light to illuminate this community, and that anyone that needs the great vibes that we have to offer, may they be drawn to us and receive whatever is for their best and highest good for their friends and family. May they be drawn to us and receive what they need in their heart. And so it is, and so be it. Namaste.
Do you get all that? You got the words that I think to wrap this up, because you do have a show going on, and we're going to do this, and we're going to put at the bottom about her festivals and where to find them and everything else. And I think we let her go back to work and earn some money. What do you think?
She doesn't want to go back to work. She's enjoying this too
I know,
much.
but we're enjoying having her.
Let me just give you my little pitch. Just so you know, I vet everyone. I vet all of my people. I vet my readers. They have to read me. You know, and I have just a little bit of all the clairs: clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, clairvoyant. Just a little bit, just enough to be dangerous. Is what I say.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when they read me, I'm not saying that people haven't gotten past me, but you know, I've had readings and healings, over 5,000 of them.
Right.
And I've got some pretty amazing healers and readers here.
great.
So if you're looking for
Okay.
guidance, this is the place.
People understand this. I don't think you can understand because you're not with her.
Yeah.
What
That's
the
true.
feeling
Aw.
that you're just comfortable, and that she feels down to earth. So there's no. It's not like it's a magic show.
And right, yeah. There's no smoke and mirrors here.
No,
it
no,
isn't.
it's
And
not wacky woo. I mean,
right.
it's a
Yeah.
little wacky,
Little
but
wacky, but not bad wacky.
but no woo.
But to hear her say it's not wacky woo, you see, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
She is absolutely on point. We're saying it isn't wacky. It's something you should come, and if you feel it, you should embrace it.
Right.
Am I wrong?
Right.
try it out. It's
Yeah.
free
Try it out.
admission,
Yeah.
free workshops. How can you go wrong? Just
can't go
check it
wrong.
out.
Right.
Just come and experience the
'cause-
energy.
but I also think a lot of people look at it as, oh, I'm going to completely turn into a completely different person.
Yeah, no, it
you know, and then, no, you take what you want from it, and if it's 5%, it's 5%.
Sure.
But if it's
if it brings a
20%,
little more peace
Yeah.
in your daily
Right.
life,
Right.
okay, and a little more health and wellness, okay,
Right.
and a little more
that's
fun,
the whole point
okay.
behind it.
So you have one last thing to say before you leave, or are you okay?
Oh my gosh, you guys are awesome. Thank you. Thank
you.
you.
No,
Yes, and I, you know, like I've said, I'm so grateful for golf, you know, for what it's brought to my son, and the peace and joy, and you know, for me, I just love watching golf, and it's so relaxing, and I know that God is on the greens. I mean, really, that's what I feel like.
Yeah.
And you know, if this, especially, you know, guys tend to not be into this stuff. that used to be the case, but I'll tell you
Oh,
what.
I don't believe it anymore.
Yeah.
I don't believe it anymore.
Post-COVID, because we
Oh,
were
yeah.
desperate to feel better. So people,
Yeah.
they learned about sound healing. They went on YouTube and, got headphones and stuff like that. So this is the perfect place to try it out. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to explain a little
And by
bit
the
of
way,
what we do.
sound healing. So I now have my crystal.
Okay.
You know, I've had this crystal for a while, but now I sleep with it under my pillow.
Yep.
Because there is the dreams I have are much different with that under my pillow, and they really are. But the idea of solfeggio tones and certain tones for certain healing, which is another guest we're going to be getting on, because you have somebody in there, though, right?
Yeah.
She has somebody in there. I may have to go pull her out.
Yeah, we will.
That'd be great.
Because there is, and just to make the point, it makes you understand how religion did it. You get people into a zone for a certain sense. Well, in this case, though, you're using those tones for internal healing. You're using these tones to activate certain parts of the. You talked about the
Absolutely.
third eye before, and
Right,
all,
right.
and that's what they're for. And I think if people just said, okay, let me see.
Right.
By the way, the name of my golf book is "Let Me See What Happens If I."
I love it.
So, let me see what happens if I take a 440 tone. Well, 440 is a little low for solfeggio, but you can use a tuning fork, or you can. Because one question that has never been answered, and I've asked this a few times, and none of you have responded, is listening to it through speakers the same as the actual vibration? Say, I think that even though I understand the speakers do analog, and it's analogs, the movement of the air and all, but is it the same as actually letting the tone actually touch the body? Much like when you ground yourself.
Sure.
Right? And no one's been able to answer that yet.
Maybe we'll get an answer for you today. Yeah, there's nothing like music. Music heals.
Right. Music, right? You don't even have to understand the language.
Right.
As soon as you hear the tones, you go, "Oh, I'll bet you that's a song about either somebody's dog or somebody's." Yeah.
All right,
So-
we're going to wrap this up because Paul
All
will
right.
talk for 2 hours here. And,
Isn't that why you listen?
Yeah,
Thank you, gentlemen.
yeah,
Oh, thank you,
Oh my
Thank you
gosh,
very
thank
much.
you. I love having you guys here.
Yeah, this was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
Cut it off.